Hello friends and my dear students, I welcome you all to my channel. I hope you are all doing well and also your studies are also going on well. In this video, I will solve the practice test paper 2 on the chapter of profit and loss. Uh, if you have not watched the video on solving the practice test paper 1 on the same chapter profit and loss, I highly suggest that you watch that video also. You will get a good idea, you will get a good evaluation of your understanding of the concepts on the chapter of profit and loss. So this is the second practice test paper that I have prepared. You should try to solve this question paper in 45 minutes. There are 15 MCQ questions, and ideally you should take approximately 3 minutes to solve a problem. I will try to solve it in an hour, but maybe I will take more time because I have to explain the concepts for all the problems while I will be solving. So I might take a little more time. So if you are new to my channel or not yet subscribed, I will highly suggest and request you to support me by subscribing to my channel. And also please do not forget to press the bell icon so that you will be notified by my future videos. This video is part of the playlist CBSE Mathematics for class 7 following the textbook of author R.S. Aggarwal. I have already completed all the theory and the concept of profit and loss. If you have not watched those videos, you can also watch them in the same playlist. So let's start solving the problem of the test paper. I hope you can see the test paper, a practice test paper on the left hand side, and on the right hand side, I will solve the problems. Okay, so let's start solving the problems. Problem 1 says Deepak purchased a car for rupees 3,25,000. He spent rupees 15,000 on repairing, rupees 2,000 on transport, and sold it with 20% profit. Okay. At what price did he sell the car? So the cost price. Okay. So the cost price. The price at which Deepak purchased the car is given to be rupees 3,25,000, and the cost price will be this is the price at which he purchased the car, but then he also spent rupees 15,000 on repairing and rupees 2,000 on transport. So effectively the cost price is the price of the car plus the repairing cost, which is rupees 15,000, plus the transport cost, which is rupees 2,000. This is coming to be, if we add them up, this is rupees 17,000. This will be 3,32,000. Let me check once again. 17,000, 17, 12, 3, 4. So this will be not 3,42,000. So this is 3,42,000 is the total cost of the car. Not cost, actually the total amount Deepak spent by purchasing the car and bringing the car to his house, and also doing some kind of repairing. Now he then sold the car with 20% profit. So profit, 20% profit implies that the selling price, 20% profit means the selling price will be 100 plus 20% of the cost price. At what price did he sell the car? Okay, so this is 120% of rupees. The effective cost price is 3,42,000. Now this is 120% of 120% means 120 divided by 100 multiplied by rupees 3,42,000. So 20 cancels. This is How much is 342 multiplied by 12? This is 4, 8, 6, and this is 2, 4, 3. So 4, 10, 11, 4. So this should be 4, 1, 0, 4, and then how many zeros? 2 zeros. So this is 4 lakh 10,400. 4 lakh 10,400. This is the selling price. This is the price at which Deepak sold the car to make a profit of 20%. So the answer is choice C. Okay. Let's do problem. So while I'm solving the problem, if you're watching this video while I am solving the problem, you can pause the video and take a screenshot of the solution for your future reference. Problem number 2 says that 11 oranges are bought for rupees 10 and 10 oranges are sold for rupees 11. The gain or loss percent is 11 oranges are bought for rupees 10. So selling price on okay, 11 oranges, cost price of 11 oranges is given to be rupees 10. Therefore, cost price of one orange. For this kind of problem, it is recommended that you find the cost price and the selling price of one unit of the article or commodity or whatever is being sold or bought. So we will find the cost price of one orange and the selling price of one orange, and then we will decide the gain or loss based on the selling price and the cost price of one orange. So the cost price of one orange will be using unitary method. We know this will be 10 by 11. Similarly, it is given that selling price of and 10 oranges are sold for rupees 11. So selling price of 11 oranges is given to be rupees 11. So selling price of one orange using unitary method is 11 by 10. Now definitely 11 by 10 is more than 10 by 11. So therefore the gain or profit gain is rupees 11 by 10 minus rupees 10 by 11. This is rupees 121 minus 100 divided by 110. This equals rupees 21 by 110. This is the gain. Now this implies gain percent equals gain divided by cost price, that is cost price of one orange. This gain is also the gain on one orange. So gain divided by cost price into 100. Gain is 21 by 110. Cost price is 10 by 11. This into 100. This much percentage. So this becomes 21 into 11 into 100 divided by 110 into 10. Okay, so 11 divides with 10, 10 cancels out. So this is 21%. So there must be a gain of 21%. So the answer is choice C, gain of 21%. Okay. Let's do problem number 3. It says that if SP means selling price, CP means cost price, SP equals to 2M plus N, and cost price is M plus 2N, gain percent is 10%, then we have to choose. We are the choices are in a proportion. So some proportions are given. We have to select which proportion is correct. Proportion means the left hand side, the two ratios are equal. Okay, so now since it is talking about gain, from the given for fact, we can say that gain equals to SP minus CP. This equals 2M plus N minus M plus 2N. This equals, if you simplify, we get 2M plus N minus 2N. Now this is equal to M minus N. This is equal to M minus N. This implies the gain percent. This is the gain. The gain percent will be gain divided by CP multiplied by 100. So gain is M minus N. CP is given to be M plus 2N. This multiplied by 100. Now gain is given to be 10%. So we can say that 100 into M minus N divided by M plus 2N equals 10. The gain percent is given as 10%. So we can cancel 10. So this implies we get 10 into M minus N divided by M plus 2N equals 1. This implies if we do cross product, we get 10 into M minus N equals M plus 2N. Now this implies if you do the products, open the brackets on the left hand side, we get 10M minus 10N equals M plus 2N. Now if we bring all the M terms to the left hand side and all the N terms to the right hand side, we get 10M minus M equals to 2N plus 10N. This implies 9M equals 12N. Now from here we can get the ratio M by N equals 12 by 9. This is 4 by 3. So M is to N equals 4 is to 3. Now we have to check which one is matching. M is first choice, M is to N equals to 2 by 3, that is false. M is to N is 3 by 2, false. M is to N is 4 by 5, that is also false. So definitely the only choice is D, even though so D should be the choice, correct answer, because A, B, C are not matching with the ratio M is to N is 4 is to 3. But you can also check that this is indeed the correct answer, because 1 by N is to 1 by M is equal to, this is equal to 1 by N divided by 1 by M. This is M by N. And this thing, the ratio 1 by 3, 1 by 4 is equal to similarly 1 by 3 divided by 1 by 4. This is equal 4 by 3. So we are getting M by N equals to 4 by 3. That is what we have found. This is what we have found from the given problem, facts. So this implies, so the answer is choice D. D is the correct choice. Okay, let's do problem number 4. Problem number 4 says Narayan bought 120 oranges at rupees 4 each. He sold 60% of the oranges at rupees 5 each and the remaining at rupees 3.5 each. His net gain loss percent is. So Narayan bought 120 oranges at rupees 4 each. He sold 60% of the 60% of the oranges at rupees 5. So now for finding the gain percent or gain percent or loss percent, you can consider any number of units, but any number of units of the item uh, for the cost price and the selling price, but that number of units has to be same. So if you consider 1 unit of cost price, then you should consider 1 unit of selling price to find the gain percent or loss percent. So similarly, if you are considering some x or n number of units of the item for selling price, then you should also consider n number of units of the item for cost price. So in this example, I will consider the selling price and cost price of 120 oranges. So it is given that Narayan bought 120 oranges at rupees 4 each. Therefore, cost price is coming to be cost price of 120 oranges. Cost price of 120 oranges is rupees 4 into 120, that is equal to rupees 480. Okay. Now he sold 60% of the oranges. 60% of 120 equals 60 by 100 multiplied by 120. This is 0, 0, 0, 0. This is equals to 72 oranges. It is said that he sold 60% of the oranges at rupees 5 each. Therefore, selling price of 60% of the oranges, that is 72 oranges, is equal to rupees 5 each. So rupees 5 multiplied by 72. This is rupees 360. Now, and the remaining at rupees 3.50. So remaining oranges is, how many oranges are remaining after selling 60% of the oranges? It is 120 minus 72. This is 50. No, sorry. This is 8, 10, 48. 48 oranges are remaining. So selling price, and these 48 oranges were sold at rupees 5 at rupees 3.5 each. So selling price of 48 oranges is equal to rupees 3.5 into 48. This is equal to 48 multiplied by 35. This is 40, 24, and 24, 1, 4, 0, 8, 6, 1. So this is 168. Rupees 168. So selling price of 72 oranges was rupees 360. Selling price of 48 oranges is 168. So therefore, selling price of all the oranges, that is 120 oranges, is equal to rupees 360 plus rupees 168. This is rupees 8 and 12 and 5. Rupees 528 is the total selling price of 120 oranges, and the cost price of 120 oranges was rupees 480. Therefore, since the selling price is more, we have a gain. Gain is this gain is based on gain of 120 oranges. So gain is rupees 528 minus rupees 480. This is rupees 8 and 48. Hmm. 2.5 each. Okay. So gain is rupees 48. 528 minus 480, which is 8 12 5. Okay. Therefore, this implies gain percent. We have to find the net gain or loss percent. Since we have a gain, we will find gain percent equals gain divided by cost price multiplied by 100. This is 48 divided by cost price was 480 multiplied by 100. This is 0 0 48 48 cancel. This is 10%. So there is a 10% gain. So the answer is choice D. Now, if you are, you will notice that I am solving all the problems using the very fundamental concepts of selling price, cost price, gain percent, gain, loss. And of course, this will require a good knowledge of percentages. Now, if you are familiar with, in solving this kind of problem using formulas, if you have memorized formulas in terms of SP, CP, gain percent, gain, loss percent, that is fine. But it is not always. Sometimes you might forget some formulas. So there could be 6 or 7 formulas related to SP, CP, gain percent, or loss percent. So it is always, but if your fundamental concepts on SPCP and gain percent, loss percent, gain, loss is strong, then you can always solve any kind of problem using the fundamental concepts. Okay. Let's solve question number 5. Question number 5 says a person wanted, oh, there is a kind of problem in the printout. Anyway, so a person wanted to sell a scooter at a loss of 25%. A person wanted to sell a scooter at a loss of 25%. Okay. But at the last moment, he changed his mind and sold the scooter at a loss of 20%. Okay. If the difference in the if the difference in the two SPs is rupees 4,000, then the cost price of the scooter is, okay, if the difference in the, since the first time he sold the car at a 25% loss and the second time he sold the car at 20% loss, so definitely in both the times the selling price will be different, and the difference of those two selling price is given to be rupees 4,000. It is asking the cost price of the, not car but scooter. Okay. So let CP of scooter be X. X means X rupees. I'm omitting the symbol rupees. It is understood. Let CP of scooter be X. Okay. So the selling price, the first time he sold the car, I'm considering that selling price to be SP1. SP1 denote the selling price of the scooter when it was sold with 25% loss. So SP1 will be, what is selling price when there is a loss? If there is a loss of 25%, this means that the selling price will be 25% less than the cost price. 25% less than the cost price, which means 100 minus 25% of the cost price, that is X. We have assumed the cost price of the scooter to be X. So if the scooter is sold at a 25% loss, it means that the selling price will be 25% less than the cost price, which means 100 minus 25% of X. This is a concept of percentage. Your concept of percentage and ratio should be strong. Ratio and proportion should be strong. Okay, so this is 100. This is 75% of X. This is 75 by 100 X. This is, if you divide by 25, we get 3x by 4. This is 3x by 4, the selling price when it was sold at a loss of 25%. And let's the selling price SP2 be the selling price when it was sold at a loss of 20%. So the selling price will be 10, 100 minus 20% of x. This is 80% of x. This is 80 by 100 into x, and this is 4x by 5. If you simplify 80x by 100, it comes out to be 4x by 5. Now definitely the selling price SP2 will be more because the loss is less. The second time the loss is 20%, and the first time the loss was 25%. So this obviously means that the selling price, the second selling price, will be more. So this implies we have the difference of the selling price SP2 minus SP1 is equal to 4x by 5 minus 3x by 4. This implies it is given that the difference of the two selling price is 4,000. So this implies 4x by 5 minus 3x by 4 equals 4,000. I'm omitting the symbol, rupee symbol, it is understood. Now this implies if you simplify the left hand side, it will be 16x minus 15x, that is x by 20 equals 4,000. This implies x equals 4,000 into 20. This equals 80,000. So what is x? X was the cost price of the scooter. So the cost price of the scooter is 80,000. So the answer is choice B. Okay. Let's do question number 6. Question number 6 says that Harish bought a gas chula for rupees 900 and later sold it to Archana at a profit of 5%. Harish bought a gas chula for rupees 900 and later sold it to Archana at a profit of 5%. Okay. Archana used it for 2 years and later sold it to Babita at a loss of 20%. For how much did Babita get it? Okay, so the scenario is kind of Harish is selling to Archana and Archana is selling to Babita. So we have to find for how much did Babita get it. That is the cost price for Babita. We have to find the cost price for Babita of the gas chula. Okay. And the cost price of so let's say SP2 is the selling price of Archana. That is the price at which Archana sold the gas chula to Babita. And obviously this CP should be equal to SP2. And let's say SP1 be the selling price of Harish. That is the price at which Harish sold the gas chula to Archana. Okay. So Harish sold to Archana at a profit of gain 5%, and Archana used it for 2 years and later sold it to Babita at a loss of 20%. Archana lost 20%. Okay. So now and Harish let's say CP2 is the cost price for Babita. That is the price at which Babita purchased the gas chula from Archana. And let's say CP1 be the cost price for Harish, that is the price at which Harish bought the gas chula. So from here scenario we see that CP1 is equal to given to be 900. Now what will be SP1? SP1 SP1 is CP1, the cost price for Harish, plus the or in fact CP1 is SP1 is SP1 is, since Harish sold the gas chula to Archana at a gain of 5%, so the selling price SP1 will be 100 plus 5% of the cost price for Harish, that is CP1. This is equal to 105% of rupees 900. This is equal to 105% means 105 divided by 100 into rupees 900. How much is this? 0, 0. So this is rupees 945. 945 is the price at which Harish sold the gas chula to Archana. So Archana purchased the gas chula at rupees 945. Now this implies SP2. So SP2, the price at which Archana sold the gas chula to Babita at a loss of 20% should be 100 minus 20% of the cost price for Archana, that is the price at which Archana purchased the gas chula, which is rupees 945. That is the price at which Harish sold the gas chula to Archana. The selling price of Harish is equal to the cost price of Archana, and the selling price of Archana is equal to cost price of Babita. So this is 100 minus 20 means 80% of rupees 945. This equals 80 by 100 multiplied by rupees 945. This equals rupees 00 cancels, and okay, so let's find out what is 945 multiplied by 8. This is 40, 32, 36, 72, 75, 7560, 7560, and we have a divided by 10. So this is 756. So rupees 756 is the price at which Archana sold the gas chula to Babita, or Babita purchased it. So the answer is rupees 756. So the correct choice will be choice D. Okay, let's do question number 7. Question number 7 says that the gain percent or loss percent depends on the absolute values of SP and CP. Absolute values of SP and CP means the exact values of SP and CP. Absolute difference of SP and CP means the difference of the exact values of SP and CP. Ratio between SP and CP. Ratio between SP and CP, and none of these. The gain per okay. Let's try to answer these questions from the very basics. What is let's say gain? If there is a gain, what is gain percent? If there is a gain percent, we know that if there is a gain, then the selling price will be 100 plus the gain percent, whatever the value is, 20%, 30%, 40%, whatever. This percent of CP, the CP is the cost price. Now this is equal to 100 plus gain percent multiplied by CP divided by 100. Now this is the formula we know, very standard basic formula that relates selling price, cost price and gain percent. It is talking about gain percent or loss percent. So I'm considering if there is a gain. So this is the formula of SP, CP and gain percent. Now this implies that SP, if I SP by CP is equal to 100 plus gain percent divided by 100. Now clearly we can see that the gain percent, now if we want, if we want to find, if we need to find the gain percent, what do we need? We need just the SP by CP value. We just need this value. This is the ratio SP. We just need to know SP is to CP, or we can also know SCP is to SP. Either way, if we know SP by CP, then we can find the gain percent. So we need not know the exact values of SP and CP. We just need to know the ratio. I mean, it is not mandatory. If you know the SP and CP, still you can find, no problem. But it is not mandatory that you need to know exact values of SP and CP. If you just know the ratio SP by CP, now this SP by CP, whatever the ratio is, that is the value that we need to find the gain percent. So gain percent is depending on the SP by CP. There is a ratio of selling price and cost price. Now things will be the same for loss. We know that loss, if there is a loss of loss percent, we know the formula is loss percent 100 minus loss percent, this percent of CP. This will be 100 minus loss percent into CP by 100. This implies that SP by CP is equal to 100 minus loss percent divided by 100. Similarly, in this case also, if we need to compute the loss percent, we just need to know the ratio of SP and CP. So we need the ratio of SP and CP. So the correct choice is C. Let's do problem number 8. A farmer bought a buffalo for rupees 44,000 and a cow for rupees 18,000. A farmer bought a buffalo for rupees 44,000 and a cow for rupees 18,000. Okay. He sold the buffalo at a loss of 5%. Okay. But made a profit of 10% on the cow. The net result of the transaction is, it is asking to find whether it was a loss or gain. Okay. So I am considering CP1 B CP cost price of buffalo is equal to 44. I am ignoring the rupee symbol. It is understood. So cost CP1 B cost price of buffalo is 44,000. CP2 B cost price of cow, which is given to be 18,000. Now SP1 selling price of buffalo will be equal to, it is saying it is given that he sold the buffalo at a loss of 5%. Therefore the buffalo was sold at a loss of 5%. Therefore the selling price will be 100 minus 5. this much percent of the cost price, that is CP1. So this is equal to 95% of CP1 is 44000. Okay, this is 95 divided by 100 multiplied by, I am ignoring the rupee symbol, it is understood, 44,000. If we cancel 0, 0, this is 44, 95. 95, 44, 20, 38, 380, 0, 8, 11, 4. So 4180 and 0. This is the selling price of the buffalo. Now, what is the net result transaction? The net transaction. Oh, we need not. Why are we calculating the selling price? We just need to find the exact amount of loss in the first case and the exact amount of profit from the second case, and then we will see which is greater. If the profit is more, then there will be a net profit. If the loss is more, then there will be a net loss. So we are doing extra calculation. This is not required. We just need to calculate the exact amount of profit and loss in both the cases, and then we will see which is greater. So loss for buffalo, loss of buffalo is 5% of the cost price of buffalo, that is 44,000. This is 5 by 100 multiplied by 44000. This is 0, 2, 0 cancels out, 2, 0 cancels out, 0, and then 20, and then 22. 2200 is the loss for the buffalo, and the profit for cow is 10%. 10% of the cost price of cow, which is 18,000. This is how much? 10 by 100 multiplied by 18,000. 2, 0 cancels, 2, 0 cancels. This equals 1800. 1800. So therefore, we see the loss is more. The loss is more. Profit is less. Therefore, this implies net loss is 2200 minus 1800. This is equal to 400. This is 400 rupees 400. So this is the net loss. So the answer is choice C, loss of rupees 400. Okay, let's solve question number 9. Lemons are bought at rupees 60 a dozen and sold at the rate of rupees 40 per 10. Then the loss or gain percent is. Okay, so as I have already mentioned that for solving this kind of problem, where it is given the selling price for some unit of the commodity or the item and the cost price of some another unit of another units of the item, it is better we find the cost price and the selling price for single unit of the item, and then we will compare the selling price and cost price of the single unit of the item, and we will find the net, we will find the gain or loss and we will find the gain percent or loss percent for the single unit of the item. The gain percent and loss percent does not depend on the number of units. It remains the same. If you find the gain percent or loss percent for 1 unit of the item, it will be the same if you same to the value if you find the gain percent or loss percent for say 10 units of the item or 100 units of the item. So number of units of the item sold in the transaction, that is sold or purchased, does not change the gain percent or loss percent. So lemons were bought at rupees 60 a dozen. So we can say that cost price of one lemon will be rupees 60 divided by 12. A dozen means 12. So 12 lemons were bought at rupees 60. So one lemons will be bought at rupees 60 by 12. This is pretty simple unitary method. So this is rupees 5. Similarly, selling price of one lemon will be, it is saying that sold at the rate of rupees 40 per 10. So 10, the cost of the selling price of 10 lemons is rupees 40. So the selling price of one lemon will be rupees 40 divided by 10. This is rupees 4. So we see that the selling price is less. So we see loss for one lemon is equal to CP minus SP. CP minus SP. If there is a loss, this means that the cost price is greater than the selling price. So this is rupees 5 minus rupees 4. This is rupees 1. Therefore, loss percent is equal to loss divided by CP multiplied by 100. This is loss is 1 rupee, 1. CP is 5 multiplied by 100. This is 20%. 20%, there is a loss of 20%. So the answer is choice B. Choice B is the answer. Okay. Let's do question number 10. It says that A bought a tape recorder for rupees 8,000 and sold it to B. A bought a tape recorder for rupees 8,000 and sold it to B. So A sold it to B. A bought a tape recorder for rupees 8,000. So let's say CP1. CP1 is the cost price for A, that is the price at which A purchased the item, that is the tape recorder, is CP1. And let's say and A sold it to B. B in turn sold it to C. B in turn sold it to C, each earning a profit of 20%. A bought a tape recorder for rupees 8,000 and sold it to B. B in turn sold it to C, each earning a profit of 20%. Oh, so there is a gain 20% when A sold it to B, and when B sold it to B, C, there is also a gain of 20%. Okay. Which of the following is true? A and B earn the same profit. A and B earn the same profit. A earns more profit than B. B earns more profit than A. Cannot be decided. It is talking about profit. It is asking to compare the profit of A and B. Profit of A and B. The profit of A and B. A bought a tape recorder for rupees 8,000. So if he sells it to B at a 20% gain, okay. So the gain will be, A's gain will be 20% of 8,000. 20%, 20% of, hmm. So definitely, hmm, so A is selling the tape recorder to B at a price which should be greater than 8,000. Okay. So B is, so for B, the cost price for B, uh, CP2 is the price, cost price for B, that is the price at which B is purchasing from A, which will be equal to selling price of A. Now, SP, let's say SP, let's say the selling price of A is SP1 and the selling price of B, SP2. Now, what is SP1? Because to find the gain of B, we need to know the cost price of uh, the cost price for B, that is the selling price of A. So SP1, what is SP1? SP1 is, since A is selling at a gain of 20%, so SP1 will be 100 plus 20, this much percent of CP1, that is the price at which A purchased the tape recorder. This will be 120% of CP1. This is equal to 120 by 100 multiplied by CP1. This is, if you simplify 120 by 100, this becomes 4 CP1 by 5. No, 6 CP1 by 5. This is the selling price of A, that is also the price at which B is purchased. B is purchasing from A. Okay. And what is the gain of A? The question is about comparing the gain of A and gain of B. Gain of A is 20% of CP1. This is 20% means 20 by 100 into CP1. This is CP1 by 5. This is the gain of A. This is the gain of A, we have to remember. Now, the selling price of A is coming to be 6 CP by 1. So therefore, SP2, so which is SP1, this SP1 is also equal to CP2. That is the cost price for B, because B is purchasing the tape recorder from A. So now B is also selling it to C for gain of 20%. So therefore, SP2, the selling price of B is also 100 plus 20% of CP2, not CP1, CP2. That is the cost price at which B purchased from A. Now this is 120% of CP2. What is CP2? CP2 is 6 CP1, 6 CP1 by 5. Now, wait a minute. Why I am calculating SP2? I need not calculate SP2. I just need to calculate we have found that the gain of A is CP1 by 5. Now, and to find the gain of B, I need the cost price of B, that is CP2. And CP2 I know is 6 CP by 1. So I need not find the selling price of for B. I just need to find the gain of B. Gain of B is 20% of CP2. CP2 is the cost price of B. That is the price at which B purchased the tape recorder from A. Now CP2 we have found to be 6 CP by 5. So this is 20% of 6 CP1 by 5. This is 20 by 100 multiplied by 6 CP1 by 5. This is equals 5. So this is equals 6 CP1 by 25. This is the gain of B. Now we have to see which is more, CP1 by 5 or 6 CP by CP1 by 25. We have to compare. Now gain of A is CP1 by 5 and gain of B is 6 CP1 by 5. Now we have to compare which is greater, CP1 by CP1 by 5. If I multiply to compare CP1 by 5 and 6 CP1 by 25, we have to make the denominator same. So this is equal to, if I multiply with 5, this becomes 5 CP1 by 25, which is definitely less than 6 CP1 by 25. So therefore, gain of A is less than gain of B. This implies gain of A is less than gain of B. So the choice is B earns more profit than A. So the correct choice is C. Okay, let's do problem number 11. Problem number 11. It says a man sells 2 cows for rupees X each, neither losing nor gaining in the deal. A man sells 2 cows. A man sells 2 cows for rupees X each. The selling price of both the cow is X. Okay. Neither losing nor gaining in the deal. Neither losing or nor gaining in the deal. Meaning there was no loss, there was no gain, which means the total selling price is equal to the total cost price. If he sells 1 cow at a gain of Y%, if he sells 1 cow at a gain of Y%, then the other cow was sold at a loss percent of, some choices are given in terms of Y, not X. In the choices, all the terms have only the Y. SP1, there are 2 cows involved and both the cows are being sold for rupees X. We don't know anything about the cost price of the cows, but so let's say SP1 is the selling price of man sells 2 cows for rupees X each. So total SP, total selling price of two cows is, I'm ignoring the rupee symbol, is 2x. Since it is given that 1 cow is sold for rupees, both the cows are sold for rupees X each. Therefore, the selling price of the 2 cows is 2x. So the total selling price is 2x. This implies total cost price of 2 cows should also be equal to 2x, since there is no net gain or loss. If there is no gain or loss, that is a 0% gain or 0% loss, which means SP equals to CP. Total cost price of 2 cows is 2x. Now it says that if he sells 1 cow at a gain of y percent. Now it is selling both the cows at rupees X. So for the cow, let's consider the cow which he is selling for gain of y percent. Now, uh, for cow sold at y percent gain, for this, if he sells one cow at a gain of y percent, but we know that the selling price of both the cows is rupees X. So we can say that selling price is X. I mean, from the fact that SP is, if there is a gain of y percent, definitely this should be 100 plus y percent of cost price. This cost price is the cost price of the cow. Cost price of the cow. The cow which is sold for y percent gain. That is the CP. CP of the cow. That is the cost price of the cow. So we have SP, selling price, equals to 100 plus y percentage of CP. This implies SP we know is X because both the cow was sold for at X. So X equals, now 100 plus y percent means 100 plus y divided by 100 multiplied by CP. So from here we get the cost price CP equals to 100x divided by 100 plus y. I mean, now from here, how I am getting the next step, I hope you are familiar with, if you have, you should have completed the chapter on linear equations in one variable or algebraic expressions. Now, this is nothing but, so this is 100 plus y into CP divided by 100. So we are doing cross product. If you do cross product, if you do, okay, let me show it a little step by step if this is a little complex for you. Now from this, if you do cross product, I get 100x equals 100 plus y multiplied by CP. Just doing cross products and equating the cross products, we know that A by B equals to C by D. If you have this equation, this implies the cross products are equal, that is AD equals to BC. Now this implies if I divide both sides, now how, from here how will I get CP? CP is nothing but 100x divided by the coefficient of CP, that is 100 plus y. Okay, this we got the CP of the cow for which was sold at y percent gain. Okay, now we also know the total cost price of two cows is 2x. This implies CP, let's say CP of other cow, CP of other cow will be 2x minus 100x divided by 100 plus y. 2x is the total cost price of the two cows. How we know? Because if there is no net gain or loss, this means total cost price will be equal to total selling price. And what is the total selling price? The selling price of two cows, which is 2x, as each cow was sold for rupees X. So therefore we have total cost price of two cows is 2x. Now we have found that for the first cow which was sold for y percent gain, the cost price is coming to be 100x by 100 plus y. So now we can say that the cost price of the other cow is 2x minus 100x by 100 plus y. And this, if you simplify this, this will be something like this. And if you simplify the numerator, Uh, so 100 plus y, CP, okay, 100x, CP equals to 100x by, okay. This is coming to be 200x plus 2xy minus 100x divided by 100 plus y. This is 100x plus 2xy divided by 100 plus y. This is, if we take 2x common, we get 50 plus y divided by 100 plus y. So this is the cost price of other cow. Now the question is, then the other cow was sold at loss percent of. Now, okay, so this is the cost price of other cow. Okay. Now this implies, and we know that both the cows were sold at X. So therefore, loss for other cow will be, since it is talking about loss for other cow should be the cost price of the other cow minus the selling price of the cow. So that is 2x into 50 plus y divided by 100 plus y minus the selling price of the other cow, which is x, because both the cows were sold for rupees x. Okay. Now, if we simplify this, we get 2x multiplied by 50 plus y minus x 100 plus y divided by 100 plus y. Now, if you simplify this, we get 100x. If I open both the brackets in the numerator, 100x plus 2xy minus 100x minus xy divided by 100 plus y. Now in the numerator, if we simplify further, 100x cancels out and we get xy divided by 100 plus y. This is the loss for other cow. Therefore, the loss percent will be loss, as we know, the loss percent is loss by cost price into 100. This is loss we have found to be xy by 100 plus y divided by the cost price. The cost price of the other cow we found earlier to be 2x into 2x into 50 plus y divided by 100 plus y. This into 100. Now, if you simplify this, 100 plus y, 100 plus the denominator 100 plus y cancels out, and we get x y into 100 divided by 2x into 50 plus y. X cancels out, 2 divides 50. So this is 50y by 50 plus y. 50y plus divided by 50 plus y. So this is the loss percent. So the answer is choice D. Okay, let's do question number 12. Question number 12 says that a fruit merchant bought some bananas. 1/4 of them got spoiled. He sold another 1/4 of them at 24% loss and the remaining at 18% loss. Then the overall gain loss percentage. So a fruit merchant bought some bananas. So no information about selling price and cost price is given. So only it is given that some bananas are sold for some loss percent and then another bananas are sold for some gain or loss percent. You have to find the net loss or gain percent. So a fruit merchant bought some bananas. Okay, 1/4 of them got spoiled. 1/4 of them got spoiled. Uh, let's say some bananas. 1/4 of them got spoiled. He sold. Let's assume that there are how many bananas are there? 1/4 of them got spoiled. He sold another 1/4 of them. Of them means the remaining. 1/4 got spoiled, so 3/4 is remaining, which are good. I do not think the merchant will sell the spoiled bananas. So if 1/4 is spoiled, remaining is 3/4. So out of that 3/4 bananas, I guess it is selling another 1/4 of them at 24%. Then the overall gain loss percentage. Overall gain loss percentage. Okay. So there are no. It is not given how many bananas are there. What is the cost price of banana and what is the selling price of banana? But since it is talking only regarding the percentage loss or profit, we can assume that let's assume there are X bananas. There are X bananas. Let's assume one banana cost, that is the cost price of one banana, be y. That is y rupees y. One banana cost rupees y. And there are X bananas. So cost price of X bananas, the total cost price, they say the fruit merchant purchased X bananas, and one banana cost, the cost price of one banana is y. So therefore the cost price of the total number of bananas, that is X bananas, will be xy. This is the xy is the cost price for the merchant, that is at price xy he purchased all the bananas. So cost price of X bananas is xy. Okay, now he 1/4 of them got spoiled. Spoiled bananas, how many? 1/4. So X by 4th. So remaining bananas should be X minus X by 4. This is 3x by 4. This is the where x is the, we assume x to be the total number of bananas. So now the 1/4 is spoiled, so the remaining number of bananas, I mean leaving the spoiled ones, is 3x by 4. Now from these 3x by 4 bananas, he sold 1/4 of them at 24% loss. So 1/4 of 3x by 4 is equal to how much? Is 1/4, 1 by 4 multiplied by 3x by 4. This is 3x by 16 bananas. So 3x by 16 bananas were sold at 24% loss. 3x by 16 bananas were sold at 24% loss. This means selling price of 3x by 16 bananas, selling price of 3x by 16 bananas will be, since there is a loss of 24%, it will be 100 minus 24% of the cost price of 3x by 16 bananas. That is cost price of 3x by 16 bananas. That is 3x by 16 into y, because one banana cost y. This is equal to 100 minus 24% means 80 loss. So 76 by 100 multiplied by 3xy by 16. This is the, if we simplify it further, 4 divides 4, 16 and 19. So this is 57 xy divided by 400. This is the selling price of 3x by 16 bananas. So this is the number of bananas after ignoring the 1/4 spoiled ones. So this is the 3x by 4 is the number of bananas remaining, but x is the total number of bananas. So 3x by 4 is the bananas remaining, which are good ones. Out of the 1/4 of 3x by 4 is 3x by 16. So selling price of 3x by 16 is coming out to be 57x by 400. Now, so remaining, what is remaining? From 3x by 4, 3x by 16 bananas was sold. So remaining is 3x by 4 minus 3x by 16. Remaining equals to, this equals 12x minus 3x by 16. This equals 9x by 16. This is the final remaining number of bananas, and this number of bananas, 9x by 16, was sold at 18% profit. So selling price of 9x by 16 bananas should be equal to, since there is a profit of 18%, it should be equal to 100 plus 18% of the cost price of 9x by 16 bananas, which is 9xy by 16. Why? Because y is the cost of one banana. So the cost of 9x by 16 bananas will be 9x by xy by 16. This is equal to 100 plus 18% means 118 divided by 100 multiplied by 9xy by 16. And okay, 2, 8 to 59. This equals, if we simplify it further, 81, 45, 53, 531, we are getting some really weird values, 800. So this is the selling price of 9x by 16 bananas. So what is the total selling price? Total SP selling price is this 57 xy by 400 plus this 531 xy by 800. This equals, if we simplify it further, we get 14 11 114 xy plus 531 xy divided by 800. This equals 645 xy by 800. So this is the total selling price. And what was the total cost price? Total cost price is definitely xy. So total SP is this. Total cost price we know is xy because we have assumed there are x number of bananas and one banana cost y. So x number of bananas will cost xy. Now definitely 645 xy by 800 is less than xy. So this implies selling price is less. So this implies loss equals to cost price minus selling price, that is xy minus 645 xy divided by 100. This is 100 xy minus 645 xy divided by 100. This is how much is 800 minus 645? This is 5, 10, 5, 5 and 7, 1. 155 by 800. So this is the loss, total loss. Therefore, loss percent will be equal to loss divided by total cost price multiplied by 100. This is 155 xy by 100 divided by total cost price is xy into 100. This is xy cancels out, so this becomes 155 into 100 divided by 800. So this is 8. This is coming out to be 155 by 8%. And this is definitely not matching with any of the choices. No. Now let me have to check once again. We have assumed x number of bananas and one banana cost rupees y. Okay, so cost price of x bananas is xy. Now spoiled bananas is 1/4 of them got spoiled. He sold another 1/4. one fourth got spoiled, so we have to ignore that. So spoiled bananas is x by 4. Remaining is x minus x by 4, that is 3x by 4. Fine. And from this x by 3x by 4, he sold another one fourth of them at 24% loss. Now one fourth of 3x by 4 is 3x by 16. He sold 3x by 16 bananas were sold at 24% loss, which means selling price of 3x by 16 bananas should be equal to, since there is a loss of 24%, it should be 100 minus 24% of the the cost price of the 3x by 16 bananas, that is 3xy by 16. This equals 76% of 3xy by 16. This equals 76 by 100. 76 by 100 into 3xy by 16. And if we simplify it further, we get 4 divides 16 with 4 and 4 divides 76 with 19. Okay. So 19 into 3 is 57xy divided by 400. So this is the selling price of the one fourth of the bananas that were sold at 24% loss. Okay. And the remaining at 18% profit. And the remaining at 18% profit. Now what is remaining? What is remaining? Remaining is 3x by 4 minus 3x by 16, which is 12x minus 3x by 16, which is 9x by 16. So selling price of 9x by 16 bananas was sold 9x by 16 bananas were sold at 18% profit. So this means the selling price of 9x by 16 bananas will be 100 plus 18% of 9x, the cost price of the 9x by 16 bananas, which is 9xy by 16, which is equal to 118 divided by 100 multiplied by 9xy by 16. Okay. If we divide by 2, 8, and 2 5s 10, 9. Okay. This is 59 into 9 is 81, 45, 53, 81, 55, 53. Okay. 53, 531 xy by 100. So the total XP becomes selling price is so the total selling price is 57xy by 400 plus 531xy by 800, which is equal to 2, 14, 11, okay, plus 114xy plus 531xy divided by 800, which is equal to 645xy by 800. And total cost price we know is that xy. So loss is, now 645xy by 100 is definitely less than xy. So the selling price is less, which means there is a loss. So loss is cost price minus selling price, which is xy minus 645xy by 100. This is 800xy minus 645xy by 100. This is 10, 8, okay, 155x by 155x by xy by 100. This is the total loss, and we have to now compute the loss percent. So loss percent means loss by cost price, loss divided by cost price multiplied by 100. Loss is 155x by 100 and divided by cost price, total cost price is xy. So this is 155 into 100 by 800. I am getting this answer, it is not matching with any, so I'm sorry I couldn't solve this question mark. Let's move on to the next question. Question number 13 says that the profit made by a merchant in selling X meter of a cloth was equal to the cost price of Y meter of the cloth. Find the profit percent. the profit made by a merchant in selling X meter of the cloth. The profit made by a merchant in selling X meter of a cloth was equal to the cost price of 5 meter of the cloth. Okay, so let assume cost price of 1 meter cloth be something, let's say P. Cost price of Y meter cloth. Okay, P. So this implies cost price of Y metered cloth will be equal to Py. P is the cost of 1 meter of cloth, we have assumed. So cost price of Y meter cloth will be Py. Is Py. Okay. This implies that it is given that the selling price that the merchant sold X meter of a cloth equal to the cost price of Y meter of cloth. So this implies the selling price of X meter cloth is equal to cost price of Y meter of cloth, that is Py. Now this implies selling price of 1 meter cloth will be equal to P into Y by X. So we will find the profit percent in terms of based on 1 meter of cloth. So selling price of 1 meter cloth we found to be Py by X, and the cost price of 1 meter of cloth we have assumed to be P. Therefore, it is talking about profit. So profit of 1 meter cloth, or profit for 1 meter cloth, is the selling price of 1 meter cloth, that is Py by X, minus the cost price of 1 meter cloth, that is P. This equals to, if you take P common, it is Y by X minus P. This equals P into Y minus X by X. This is the profit of 1 meter cloth on 1 meter cloth. Therefore, it is asking about the profit percent. This implies profit percent will be equal to profit divided by the cost price multiplied by 100. Now profit is P into Y minus X divided by X. Cost price is, this is all based on 1 meter cloth. So cost price of 1 meter cloth we have assumed to be P into 100. So P cancels out and we get 100 into Y minus X divided by X. This should be the answer, profit percent. We have to see which one it matches with. It matches with none. The profit made by a merchant in selling X meter of a cloth was equal to the cost price of Y meter of cloth. Oh, sorry, the profit, not the selling price. So Py is the cost price of one Y meter cloth. So this profit, the profit made by a merchant in selling X meter cloth. So profit for X meter cloth is equal to Py. Therefore, profit for 1 meter cloth is Py by X. Py by X. This is Py by X is the profit made per meter cloth. So now we can direct, this is not required. This is not required. So we have profit percent now will be profit by CP into 100. This is this will be equal to profit is Py by X. This is the profit divided by CP. CP is the cost price of 1 meter cloth, that is P into 100. PP cancels out. This is 100 by X. This is 100 by X. So the answer is choice D. D is the correct choice. Okay, let's do question number 14. Let's do question number 14. 14 says that by selling a calculator at rupees P, a man loses Q percent. At what price should he sell it to gain R percent? Okay. By selling a calculator at rupees P, okay, SP, at what price should he sell it to gain R percent? Okay, so let's say by selling a calculator at rupees P, a man loses Q percent. Now we know if there is a loss percent, then the selling price is equal to 100 minus the loss percent, this much percent of the cost price. If there is a loss percent, there is a loss of loss percent, then we know that the selling price will be 100 minus the loss percent, that percent of CP. Now, if we apply this formula to the fact that by selling a calculator at rupees P, a man loses 9Q percent, we get selling price, which is P, equals 100 minus the loss percent, which is Q, percent of CP. So this implies P equals 100 minus Q percent, means 100 minus Q divided by 100 multiplied by CP. From here we get the cost price of the calculator. Cost price is equal to 100 P divided by 100 minus Q. This is the cost price of the calculator. Now it is asking at what price should he sell it to gain R percent. Now to gain R percent means to gain of R percent is based on the cost price that we have found. So if we have to make a gain of R percent, we know that the selling price should be 100 plus the gain percent, that is R, this much percent of the cost price. The cost price of the calculator we know is 100P divided by 100 minus Q. This should be the selling price to gain R percent. Now 100 plus R percent means 100 plus R divided by 100, and off means multiply. So 100 P divided by 100 minus Q. So 100 cancels out. We get P into 100 plus R divided by 100 minus Q. This should be the selling price, and we have to see which choice it matches with. So the answer is choice D. The answer is choice D. Okay. Let's do problem number 15. Problem number 15 says that Amit sold his bicycle at a price M% less than what he purchased it. Amit sold his bicycle at a price M% less than what he purchased it. So now This means that the selling price is m% less than the cost price. Okay. Now he would have made a profit of r% had he sold the bicycle at rupees n more, at rupees n more, then the cost price of the bicycle is. Okay. Amit sold his bicycle at a price m% less than what he purchased it. Okay. So then the cost price of the bicycle is. Okay. So let assume, no, let use CP only. That way it will be more easy to understand. So Amit sold his bicycle at a price m% less than what is purchased it. So this means selling price will be m% less than what he purchased it. Now the purchased it means the cost price. So this should be 100 minus m, this much percent of the cost price, that is CP. Now this is 100 minus m% means 100 minus m divided by 100, this multiplied by CP. So we have SP. This is the initially he sold the bicycle at this price, where he gained, where Amit sold his bicycle at a price m% less than what he's purchased it. From here we get that the initially first time when he sold the bicycle, the selling price was 100 minus m into CP by 100, where CP is the cost price of the bicycle. Okay. He would have made a profit of r% had he sold the bicycle at rupees n more. So rupees n more. So now the selling price becomes the earlier selling price plus n, because it is saying that he would have made a profit of r% had he sold the bicycle at rupees n more. The rupees n more means more than what he sold the first time. So SP plus n should be equal to, since he is making a profit of r%, the selling price should be r% more than the cost price. So this is 100 plus r, this percent of CP. The CP means the cost price of the bicycle, that remains the same. So we have this equals to 100 plus r divided by 100 into CP. Okay. Now we have to find CP. Now from this fact, we can use the value of SP equals to 100 minus m CP by 100. Use this value of SP in the second one, in this one, in 2. So we get that putting the value of SP from 1 in 2, we get, in the second equation we will just use the value of SP we got in the first one. So we get 100 minus m into CP divided by 100 plus n equals 100 plus r into CP divided by 100. Now if we bring the CP terms, all the CP terms to the left hand side, we get 100 minus m into CP divided by, if we bring all the CP terms to the right hand side, if we bring all the CP terms to the right hand side, we get n equals 100 plus r multiplied by CP by 100 minus 100 minus m Cp by 100. Now, if we simplify the right hand term, this becomes, since the denominator is same, we will have minus Cp divided by 100, and this is equal to if we open the brackets in the numerator, we get 100 Cp plus R Cp minus 100 Cp plus m Cp divided by 100. This is equal to 100 Cp minus 100 Cp cancels out, and we have RCp plus MCp, and if we take Cp common, we have Cp into R plus M divided by 100. So this, now from here we can say that Cp equals 100 N divided by R plus M. 100 N divided by R plus M. So the correct choice is choice C. Okay, so this brings to the end of solving the practice paper number 2. I hope this set of problems will really test your understanding of the fundamental concepts of profit and loss, and also to understand, to solve problems on profit and loss, your concept of percentages and ratio and proportion should also be very nice. And also, I mean, all the previous chapters that are covered before the profit and loss, you should be well aware of them, and you should have a good practice of the problems from those chapters. So I hope this video was beneficial to you. If it is so, then please like it, share it with your friends, and also once again, please support me by subscribing to my channel, and please do not forget to press the bell icon so that you will be notified by my future videos. So with this second practice test paper, it brings to an end of the chapter profit and loss, and next I will start the chapter on simple interest tomorrow. And so the PDF of this test paper, the link of the PDF of this test paper will be in the description below. You can check the PDF from the link from the description. So thanks for watching, and until the next video, take care and bye.